Look at that. It's very dark in there. I'll have to get my flashlight and have a look and see what we can see in here. Hello again, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm here in Tipperary in an old graveyard called Ballinure. There's a couple of very interesting old graves here, so we'll go in and explore and have a look around. You can see a part of an old church there, the old church ruin. There's new graves. A lot of new graves here as well. But we'll read the older ones, because I think the older ones are the ones you like more. The ones that are least visited, the old ones. So this is erected by William McGrath, 1946, to the memory of his father, mother, brothers and sisters. The Croaks, there's another name down there, Kathleen Croak, that's 1983. A lot of headstones here that have just toppled over, unfortunately. And a vault, it looks like here, or a miniature mausoleum. You see, that's what I'm talking about. You can just see there the base of this, and the headstone has fallen over on the ground, actually broken two halves. Two more graves here have fallen over. So that's the miniature, I would call it, mausoleum. And I think this is the entrance, but they have put a big massive stone slab across in there. And it just looks like to me in there it's just roots of a tree or the ivy there. So it's blocked up. And maybe there is an inscription underneath all that ivy that's grown. Now it does look like there's a headstone or something underneath. I don't know if it's part of the mausoleum underneath that cross. I wonder if I just move that and see. It's just a stone slab that's underneath that cross and there's no inscription. Wow, there is a lot of graves here that need fixing up. More long grass here. Now, people ask me on videos a lot, why don't they keep the place tidy or cut the grass? And I think in a lot of these old graveyards they let the grass grow. Maybe would it be for nature? You know, just let it grow wild. And I kind of like them when they're, you know, have that look. So that's the other side of it. There is something written here. I don't know what this is. Up. Something it says on it there. I kind of have an idea what it says, but I don't want to say it on.
Looks like it's been vandalised, doesn't it?
It's vandalised. Somebody wrote something on it there. See all that grass that's grown on the roof? Right. Suppose
Know where to walk.
it's hard to know. It's very, very hard to know where to walk because it's very overgrown. This is an older area here. We can read a couple of these. See, they're kind of mixed here as well. So you have all that stone design there kind of going around that grave. There's another headstone. Just abandoned and left fallen over there. We have a nice looking headstone here in memory of Thomas Bulfin Ballinure, who died the 12th of August 1895, aged 65, and his wife Johanna Nee Ryan died the 14th of December 1885, aged 60, and a number of family members there. Their son Edmund died in 1898. Kate and Bridget died young. Lots of names there. So I'm just trying to make my way as best I can around this old place. There's an interesting one over here with some photos. So we'll read this. It says, erected to the memory of Bill Shanahan, Kilcarney, Ballinure and Dublin Castle, 1897 to 1954. Noted All-Ireland athletics champion and recipient of Scott Gold Medal for outstanding bravery, the 7th of May 1940. Bill brought honour and glory to his native Ballinure, his county and his country, interred in this cemetery. And we can see the name Shanahan underneath, so I'll try and get up a bit closer and show you the lovely photograph of Bill. And we can see he's wearing a jersey there with the number 13, it looks like, on it, an old picture. And just on this side here we can see the medal with the Irish tricolours on it. Now of course there is Shanahan family members buried here, but I can't seem to see Bill's name on the headstone. But there's a Thomas Shanahan. It was erected by Thomas in memory of his wife, Mrs. Alice Shanahan, who died 1932, aged 40. Also his mother, Mrs. Mary Shanahan, died in 1934. So we have a Thomas and children, Joan, Seamus, Philomena, and down the bottom here his son William, who died the 13th of September 1966, aged 37 years old. So that wouldn't be Bill that's on the plaque there, because it says 1954 he died. So it says he's buried. Now whether he's buried in that area there and the name Shanahan is there and the plaque is over that, I'm not quite sure. And then the older grave that's here, this is erected by Margaret Shanahan in the memory of her husband Thomas, who died December the 9th, 1823, aged 44. May he rest in peace. So very interesting bit of history there, Irish history. A huge Celtic cross here with all those knots on it. And this one says, in loving memory of Lieutenant Paddy Kennedy, National Army, who died the 25th of April 1923, from wounds received in conflict, and he was only 23 years old. His sister Margaret died 1922, so she died a year earlier, aged 20 years old. So that's Lieutenant Paddy Kennedy's grave. Thank you for your service. Some more graves here, erected by Ryan, it looks like there. It's that old lead lettering in memory of his mother, Ellen Ryan, who died the 15th of January 1903, aged 75 years old. And that's a church area in there. You can see more Celtic crosses and stuff. Now just in the distance over there on the left, there's an old area there with a kind of an iron gate on it, an entrance going in there. I don't know if that's a vault or a crypt or what it is, but we'll go over there and have a look. It looks interesting. So this old graveyard is kind of, you know, in a rural area here. Quite not many people around here. Usually I'm here, this is Sunday when I'm recording this video, so there's usually people on a Sunday visiting graves. This one says, in loving memory of 5 generations of the Harris family, Lurgo and horse and jockey, buried here between 1800 and 1953. So if there's anybody watching the channel, that's the Harris family, 5 generations. A lot of people ask me, have you heard of such a name? Or have you done any graves with those types of names? So always be on the lookout, you never know. So this is just a load of rubble here. Presuming that was part of an old wall or something that was there. Now this is the interesting area here. Look at that. You have all those old trees growing on the roof of it there. And this mysterious looking gate inside. So we will go over, of course, and have a look. Look at that. It's very dark in there. I'll have to get my flashlight and have a look and see what we can see in here. Oh, that gate is creepy, isn't it? Look at that. The gate is opened. Wow, look at this place.
Ooh.
Looks like there's graves here.
Smells musty in here, doesn't it?
There's a smell of old damp and must in here, yeah.
There's plaques as well, look.
There's plaques on the wall. So we'll read. What's this one? In memory of Nathaniel Taylor, who departed this life on the 18th of April 1828 in his 41st year, in firm reliance on the merits of his Saviour for pardon of acceptance with his God, a faithful husband and an upright man. Wow, interesting inscription. So this one here, it says, sacred to the memory of Anne, wife of John Bagwell, Esquire, of Kilmore, and daughter of Edward Taylor, of Noan, Esquire, who departed this life the 27th day of September 1820, aged only 26 years old. She was. So I have a little bit of information here on Anne Taylor Bagwell. So she was married in Clonmel on the 29th of July 1819 to Captain John Bagwell of Kilmore and Glenconnor House, Clonmel. She died at Anne's Gift, Clonmel, 3 months after giving birth to their only son the following year. The known property passed to the Bagwell family on the death of her brother. So that is her plaque. And the plaque is between those of her mother, Eliza, and her brother, Nathaniel. So this is her brother that's on the plaque here, and this is Anne Taylor Bagwell herself. And this is her mother here. And it says on hers, on the 13th of April 1852, at Clonmel she died in her 84th year, Eliza Taylor of Noan. And I have never heard of that Noan before. So it is a very interesting place, a burial area in here. And there is pieces here like a headstone. I don't know where these outside and they were brought in here, but it looks like it was kind of like pieced together and some dust on it. Kind of there, see the name Nathaniel. So that's her brother. And JP, so Justice of the Peace. And you can just vaguely see the name there, Captain, in the third something there. Is that Middlesex Militia, July 1872? And it just, and the year has gone off of there, but we can see this one that we were reading here. I think this is connected to it here, Nathaniel Taylor. So that must be it.
Look, I think that's a bat box.
There is a bat box up here.
Yeah.
See that? Anybody in the comments below know what that is? Is that a bat box?
It's definitely not a bird box, is it? No. How did we get in then?
So that's the top of the roof of the old church. So underneath Nathaniel's, there is another one there with inscriptions on it, but it's hard to read that when it's underneath. And one here, here lies the body of, I wonder what that is.
Someone Esquire anyway, of no one again.
Esquire of Noan, who departed this life.
C?
C-L-O...
D, is it?
It looks like a V at the end of it as well. Godfrey, I think that could be. But now that I look at that again,
Yeah.
I actually think that is Godfrey, it says on that. And we can see here down the bottom, 74. So he was aged 74 when he passed away. Godfrey Taylor. Someone did try to piece it back together as best they could, so you could read the inscription on it, and left it. Now, whether that was standing in this area here and it was broke and they left it over there, I just don't know. But there is people coming here, we can see little candle left there, so people are still lighting candles.
There's no records for that. The only two Taylors that are mentioned are Eliza
and Nathaniel and her mother. Yeah.
Look at the scene and the way it's made.
Just some traffic cones there. That's probably used, I think they used those. Maybe, well, there's nobody going to be parking in here.
No, and it's
but
not busy.
These are used, I think, for if there's a funeral on, maybe they might use these for traffic, if there's heavy traffic at a funeral. But look, it's inside here. The old roof of it and stuff.
But I think this was the ruins of the church, and they kind of turned it into their own
Yeah.
mausoleum.
I've seen that a lot
Yeah.
where they use, you know, they don't let a church, but at least it's not, you know, going to waste. Somebody used it for a nice little burial area.
I'm surprised that the gate is just open like this.
So the gate is closed again. Very interesting. Look at the old tree growing over the door entrance as well. See the way nature takes over.
It's about to fall there, isn't it?
Nature taking over. A different family buried there. Yeah, so it's a lovely old graveyard though. You know, it's nice to find all these interesting old places, and especially that one there now. That is interesting because if you were walking past that, you wouldn't really know, is it a vault or a crypt? Is it locked? The gate was opened. But there's a bit of history. Interesting history again. And that poor girl died very young. Only a short while after the birth of their only child. And she wasn't long married either, so it is sad. So rest in peace to the Taylors and all that family there. So guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. We've walked around and seen as much as we could in this overgrowth and the beautiful old graveyard here. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. So yesterday is history and tomorrow is a mystery, and who knows what we're going to find. Until then, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.